Alrighty then, it's time to have a look at silver and gold. Come on down if the gold is right. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. So let's have a look at all the markets and let's see what's going on. So silver crazy, right? So silver actually had a nice update. Go silver. Like my silver trade. Don't you guys? You like your silver trade if you're in silver? I do. I like my silver trade. Silver up 1.5% as I speak right now. This is that day right there, and you can see I bounced off the trend line and came up and closed high, and then dushka, whooshka, bushka, all the way up. Baby please, all the way up. So this silver looks like it just wants to keep going and keep going and keep going. In fact, let me actually trade this back to this open highlight close chart. There we go. Bam, bam. There we go. So the market's bouncing off here, continue to rally up, looking quite strong, looking quite strong. So it just wants to keep going up. Really interesting to see what's going on through there. Now if you look at gold is sort of backing off, down just slightly. So maybe gold actually has a little bit more downside. Maybe it's actually going to get down to the 1300 level. But I think if it does do that, then that's all I think that's got in the tank. And if I look at something like that trend line, then if we do get a little bounce off, maybe we get down to this trend line, maybe we don't. But you can see what's going on here on the short term anyway. If I just do sort of like a trend line through there, you can see what's going on through there, hitting that resistance a couple of times. So that's what's happening right now, guys, on gold and silver. So it looks like gold may want to come down and bounce off this level, but once we get the breakout, guys, I think the breakout's gonna be quite big, especially on gold. We've actually got that big breakout of that big chart through there. And if we go back to the weekly chart, let's go back to this weekly chart. You can see we're broken above that resistance level. So, and we did get a race back above, up to that resistance level up there as well too. And then we rejected off and came back down. 1350 was a resistance level, and then 1400. But I wonder where this would go long term if we did do. Where's this headed to long term? I think, guys, if you have a look at that trend line through there, you actually can see that. Interesting. This is a long-term trend line, and maybe that's actually what's coming into play now. Interesting, guys. Interesting. If you have a look at that, that's actually what the weekly trend line. Let me actually bring up the monthly trend line, monthly chart here for a minute. So that's the monthly chart. Let's go back to the weekly chart here. So really interesting, guys. Really interesting what I'm seeing here right now. So maybe, and if we bring it down towards, so is it that there or is it that there? Interesting, right? Looking on the gold chart, majority of it's there, right? And so that's what's actually broke out. Interesting. So that's very interesting where we are right now. We're definitely forming a bit of a bottoming pattern. So let's actually just see what that does. That is definitely been an overall support and resistance level on the longer term chart. So interesting, guys, interesting. So, but one thing I do like, guys, if you look at GLD didn't really do much. Sort of is up just slightly for the day. But SLV gapped up again, 2.7% SLV. So for where I got in down here, guys, you can see this is the box I got in down here to where it is now. This is up, almost 15%. So times that with an option, you're doing very nicely. Very nicely. very nicely. Ooh, come to me, my silver. Keep going. I will keep feeding you when you keep going up. Actually, I'm not feeding it anything. I've just bought and I've just been holding. Anyway, guys, that's a little update for me on gold and silver. Let's see what happens with the silver and gold. Maybe get a little pullback, but maybe where the markets are right now, maybe it has another day or so to the upside, and then we get a reversal. But I do see a reversal in the markets, and maybe when things start to happen, there's supposed to be a, I'll get into that in another video. Anyway, guys, that's it for me in this video. Go check silver and gold and just continue to move up. Silver's the gun-ho, and I'm so happy that I got into silver, or the SLV, as you guys know. And as you guys know, I got into, this SLV. Let's just do that through there. I'm so glad I got into SLV. Once again, guys, I got into SLV, or I got into silver because I thought it was going to be a better return on my investment this year. It doesn't mean gold's not a good investment, but for me, I think silver is going to be a better return on investment. And the reason why is just basically, one, technically, it had a much nicer setup, but also fundamentally, guys, silver. Even if silver is like, I think it's like 9-1. So every time they dig up, every time they go out and they get a piece of gold, they maybe 1 ounce of gold equals 9 ounces of silver. So if you look at that and you look at what the prices are, gold is at 1,300, but silver is at like $18 now. So silver should be like at least what, 30, 40, maybe 60? I don't know, whatever that ratio is. So silver is definitely, to me, when you're talking fundamentals anyway, to me, silver is one of the most undervalued commodities going out there right now. Because if you're looking, it's just like, what? That's $17 and silver, and gold's at 1,300. Like, there's definitely a disparity there. So to me, I see, especially long-term charts, guys. If you look at the long-term charts, and if I bring up, if I bring up my long-term charts, especially on silver, I look at silver and I'm just like, man, I can see this thing just exploding soon. Just absolutely just going nuts soon. So for me, guys, I'm just like, silver for me as a return on my investment is a much better trade for me. So I definitely wouldn't buy it now. And I would buy it again, but I'm just looking for a nice little dip. I'm just looking for a nice little dip into it, or a nice little charting setup. But for me, guys, once again, for me, it's all about the chart setup, and it's all about the precision of the chart setup. I had a couple of different trend lines coming into play. I had this one trend line coming through here, and I had another resistance line through here, plus I had my stochastics. Everything was lining up for me to get into another nice trade here, and you can see what's actually happened. It's actually worked out nicely. Guys, just use that formula. Look for a horizontal support plus a 45-degree angle support. Let's actually do this here. Look for a horizontal support line. Look for a 45-degree support line. If they come together and the market's had a big pullback and you're starting to form and you're starting to get these major higher peaks and higher troughs, and you get these major swings up and it's coming back down to a support line, and then suddenly you start to get a stochastic rolling over and it starts to point up. Guys, that's a successful trading system in itself. Why? Because if you get into there and you start to get into where it is here and it breaks below here, guess what? You're out here with a small loss, but if you're on, like right now, you're on. Like these call options now are like 90 to 100% return, something like that. We're just talking like, just the silver's just taken off, right? So there's anywhere between that's like 90 to 100% return. That's what my trade is there, but my risk was like what? Maybe 10%, 20% on my option. That's what I would have had risk, because I was basically at the money there. So maybe 30% risk. So anyway, guys, I just gave you guys a successful system. Run with it, But again, it's successful. What makes it a successful system is how you manage that trade. Again, I bought an in the money option, so it was just slightly in the money, but a $15 option. I bought slightly in the money option, and because of that, it was a lower risk option. So in the money options are lower risk for me. Lower risk, but it doesn't mean lower risk, low return. See, this is what I found out with options, and I'll give you a quick little option here tutorial. quick a little option tutorial here. Tutorial. Am I saying that right? Tutorial. Man, I got to go back to school and learn. Not. I love what I do. So what I have found is this: is that when you're trading options, if you're looking at just simply a directional play like this here, I have found that that first or second in the money are the better options. They're less riskier because they have that intrinsic value. But also when the market does run on, you seem to still do well as well too if you get the direction right. But if you don't get it right, you still can cut your losses short and do okay there. But I found that even like I have probably half a dozen out of the money options, like way out of the money options, and they're like break even right now. You know what I mean? But no doubt when the market does continue running on in that direction, then yeah, because I actually have, as I said before, I have like 80-90% of my position in the money, which is a $15 option here. And then I have like way out of the money option as well too, and that thing is just like break even right now. So it's really interesting to see the dynamics. My $15 option is like 90 to 100% return, somewhere around about there. And my out of the money option is just like break even right now. So it's really interesting. I've made so much more money on my in the money option right now. But the thing is, guys, I do know with my out of the money option, if the market does continue to run up to the 20 to 25 and get to the 30 level, then I know that's going to be like, it's going to be something like 1,000% return. So that's the thing with the in the money, out of the money option. So guys, a quick little thing for you guys. If you're looking to trade options directionally, buy first or second in the money, and make sure you have good money management, because as you can see here, when you have this sort of risk to reward ratio, you can have a 50-50 win-loss ratio in what I just said. 50-50. And this is what trading's all about, right? This is what trading's all about. Trading is all about, even if you had a 50-50 win-loss ratio, could you still do okay? And that's what you're trying to do. If you had an average loss of say 30%, but an average profit of say 80%, or even an average profit of 40-50%, an average profit of 50% and an average loss of 30%, or even 20%, you can actually get them quite small. And again, this loss here, if the market did go and actually break below this low here, to me that would have been a stop out, if it was a stop out. And that would have been maybe 20%. So if you had, say, an average stop out of 20% and your average profit of 40%, game over. You're going to make money, right? But even if so it's all about one, it's all about choosing the right option. So first in the money, first or second in the money, you always want to do that. And secondly, firstly, it's your trading setup. So first, it's your trading setup, what's over here. So you're making sure you get good trading setups. Second, choosing the right option, first or second in the money. And thirdly, it's your management, right? It's got to do with how you manage your positions there. How are you managing your trades? And I love being in a situation where even if I'm 50-50 right, now you should be more than 50-50 right, but even if you're 50-50 right and you still manage your positions properly, you're going to make good money. Trading is not difficult, guys. It really isn't. It's us and our brains, right? That's what makes it difficult. So, and as you can see, when you wait for really good setups like this, you can do that. So even if you took 100 trades, and 50 of those had a $1,000 loss as an example, right? So $1,000 loss, and then you had 50 of those trades, so $1,000 loss. So that's like 50 grand. That's 50 grand loss. Shit, what's that all about? So remember 20, and then even if you just doubled that, right? Even if you just doubled that, so then something like that, then you had 50 trades, that was a $2,000 profit, a $2,000 profit. Then what is that? Or just say what's that? Yeah, just say you're risking 20% to make 40%, and you had 50 that made 1,000, and then you had 50 trades that made $2,000 profit each. Obviously, 50 trades. What is that? 100K, right? So now you're up 50K over 100 trades. Well, 50,000. Obviously, that's minus brokerage. So just say brokerage cost you 10 grand for all those trades. 10 grand, even 15 grand. You're up $35 to $40,000. Do you see what I'm saying there? Like, trading is not that difficult, guys. It really isn't. We actually make it difficult. But you've got to trade this way, guys. To trade what I'm talking about here, directional. You've got to be in a situation. You've got to be in a position where you're managing your trades every single day. You're going through your analysis. You're looking for really good setups. You're picking the right options. All these different things, guys, and it takes a bit of time to do that. But if you can take the trades and have the long-term view in there, you know, trading can be a big tick for you guys. So anyway, guys, I did just start with, this is supposed to be an update with silver and gold, but I just went on a bit of a tangent to help you guys when it comes to successful trading as well too. Successful trading is not that difficult. I guess you just need a bit of coaching, right? A bit of mentoring and say, hey, this is the bigger picture. This is the trade you're talking. It's not this is the trade that we're taking here. And a lot of people get so frustrated and so focused on this one trade. If this one trade doesn't make as much profit than I hope it is, I'm going to be so cranky. Or if this profit is a stop out, then I'm going to be so cranky. It's not about this one trade. It's about a basket of trades. It's about, let me do a little basket here. All right, it's about this basket of trades. And remember, every single trade has a random outcome, but with a probability of an outcome, right? So let's actually do that here. So every single trade, every trade you take, for every trade you take has a random outcome. But secondly, every trade you take has a random outcome, but with a probability of an outcome. And obviously 3, that probability with good money management and good trade management, this is why this is crucial, can make your success go up even more. So every trade has a random outcome with a probability of outcome. But how can you see the probability of that outcome if you only focused on one trade or 10 trades? It just doesn't work. Once you start taking 20, 30, 40 trades or even 50 trades, just say in 6 months time frame you're trading directionally, you took six trades, 50 trades, well then that's what you got to start looking at. You know, you got to start looking at, what do those 50 trades do? 50 trades? Yeah, that's nothing. 50 trades, right? But it's over those 50 trades, then now you can start to see your probability. But you've got to stick to the rules every single time. You know, you just got to get in and get in and get in. You've got to get in, you've got to do the same thing every single time. And I promise you guys, you do the same thing every single time, and you have a really good outcome, have a really good success rate, all that sort of stuff. Trading is not that difficult, right? But it's us on a daily, we have that short-term view. It's like, it's about this one trade. And if this one trade does not work out, I'm going to be so pissed. No, it's not about this one trade. It's about all the trades you take and how you manage those trades. And that's what we do as traders, right? We just try to get better and better and better at managing positions. Better and better and better and better at trying to manage these trades. Better and better and better at picking better setups. Right? That's all it is. So guys, in this video, I've given you a good successful setup. I've given you basically the keys to make you a successful trader. If you follow along with what I told you in this video and you follow to the T, you will be successful. You will make really good money from the markets. That's just a fact. If you have smaller losses and bigger profits, so if you had an average of 20% loss, but you went for a 40-50% profit, and that's all you did. Now remember, I said average. Some trades might be a 30% loss, some trades might be a 15% loss or 10% loss, you know, but then some trades might be an 80% win, and then some trades might be a 20% win, but you average it out and you're looking at all your wins and so on and so forth, then you can see that. It's like, oh, okay. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? So anyway, I am a coach and I am a mentor, and obviously I do coaching and stuff like that. I'm not trying to sell you guys into a coaching program because my coaching program's closed. But I'm trying to give you guys some free coaching here to show you. You got to look at the bigger picture. We've got to focus on that bigger picture here. All right, we've got to keep focusing on that bigger picture here and focus on everything I've said in this video, because you will become successful. Trading is not that difficult, but we're so focused on what's happening right now and today. Like what's going on in this one trade? That's where, like, I don't really care what happens in the economy. I'm going to do okay. I don't really care whether the market does go, or the Dow Jones does go to $20,000. I'm going to do okay. Because guess what? I'm going to get out with a smaller loss with my directional trades. I'm going to flip my position. I'm going to go long and I'm going to ride the trend. So I'm a trader. I am a trader and I trade the markets. So I have my views and my opinions, but I am a trader and I trade the markets. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. You know what, guys? please share this video, give it a like, and give me a comment. Tell me what you thought about this video. I'd really, really appreciate it. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.